Hey guys, welcome to our Getting to Gold um, training. We are going to talk about how to make that hard road of silver to gold a little bit more feasible and help us encourage one another. When you are going from silver to gold, you are laying that foundation for your business. It is one of the biggest jumps in rank, and so it is the most important rank as well, and so we're going to talk about that. Those of you that are on our team, I'm Jamie Holbert and I'm Sapphire Ambassador, and I'm so proud of you guys for getting to silver in the first place, because when you can get to silver, you are you've got a team started, you've got your 3 people, you've started this journey as a business, and that is such an incredible milestone. You've reached that first real step in building this business. Whether you started out as a wholesale customer and not really intending on building a business, or you started out with wanting to go to the top, you are at the most incredible place in your journey. You're starting to build your team, and once you hit gold, you are going to have one of the most pivotal and crucial points of your Plexus business, because it's at gold that you're laying the foundation for your team and the future of your team. It's going to dictate where you're going. It's going to dictate where your team is going to go, because he's not needed there. These are the first 20 people that are going to be on your team. These 20 people are key and crucial. And so tonight we're going to talk about how to get there. Some of you may be brand new silvers. Maybe you just have 3 people on your team. Some of you might almost be gold and have almost 20 people on your team. But wherever you're at on this journey, you guys are going to walk away hopefully excited, believing in the team that you are building, and most of all, though, believing that you can do it, that you can make it, that this is doable. Okay, so there's a saying that we always say in Plexus: if you can get to gold, you can get to diamond. So you see the different ranks: gold, ruby, emerald, sapphire, and diamond. The reason we say that is because getting to gold often is where a lot of people fall off. There's such a huge jump going from 3 people to 20 people that a lot of people get distracted. A lot of people lose perseverance. And so getting to gold, that's that crucial rank that if you have the perseverance to stick it out, to really work through your business and get there, you can get to diamond. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is how we're going to do that. Because going from silver to gold, not only are you building your team, not only are you trying to sign and join 20 people, but you're also learning personally how to be a leader. And some of you have leadership skills. Some of you were like me. I had no clue what I was doing with these people I was signing. I was just signing them and hoping that they would be like me and just go work the business. And what I found was most of them weren't. Most of them needed some training, and I had no idea how to do that. And so it's a time that you're becoming a leader personally. And while this can be new for some of you and scary and intimidating, I want you to know from personal experience, you can do it. It's a time you're going to be working with so many different types of people. You know, some people are going to be easy and runners, and some people are not. And so, like I said, silver to gold, biggest jump. And if you can find that balance, then you can do these action steps that we're going to talk about tonight, and you can make it to the top. So some of you have heard this before, but sometimes we need to hear it again. So some of this might be new, some of it might not be new. But sometimes, depending on where you're at in your Plexus journey, different things will stand out to you. So make sure your pen and paper are ready, and we're going to start with what does gold look like? And I know you've seen this income disclosure graphic before, but I want to kind of break it down for you guys. When you hit the rank of gold, that means you have 20 or more active commission qualified, which means they have hit their 100 PV for the month, level 1 through 5 ambassadors. So getting to gold looks different for different people. For me, I wanted to get to the top really quick. So I was just signing people left and right, and I signed 20 level 1s. Some people will sign 5 people and encourage those people to sign 2. Some people will sign 10 level 1s and they all sign a person. It doesn't matter how you get these people, but know that they only count in your levels 1 through 5. And you need 20 or more ambassadors. You need a total of 100 points to hit gold. And these points come from your ambassadors who hit their 100 PV each month. When you hit gold, you get that $250 cash rank bonus, which this month, remember, it's rank up and score in October. So if you're close to gold, I would be working my tushy off, because that bonus is going to be doubled this month. So if you've never hit gold and you hit gold in October, you're going to get a $500 cash rank bonus. That's in addition to your preferred customers and your PV and your 5% and all of that other stuff. The cool thing is that you get profit sharing at your 100 points. So as a silver ambassador, it's kind of not a big deal, the profit sharing, because you only have 3 people. And pay points are only about $3. So if you have 3 people at $3 a piece, that's 5 points each person, that's 15 points times 3, that's only $45. That's not a huge, like, whoa, but at gold, when you have 100 points, if you have those 100 points times $3, that's an extra $300 in addition to that cash ranking bonus. Those profit sharings, you get that every month. So as you grow your team and you're going from silver to gold, if you end at like 50 points, you get paid on those points. I want you to look at, though, the average monthly income is $1,000. So you can see from this chart, yeah, it might not be significant enough for you to, have a sole income off of this, but I know a lot of people that they say, if I could make $1,000 a month, I could stay home with my kids, or I could do X, Y, and Z. That's a house payment here in Texas. That's a car payment back in California. $1,000, I mean, when I joined, $300 would have done it for me. So I want you to see, like, what motivates you, okay? What is driving you to do this? So when you are talking to your team and you are working and working and working, remember, we're all in different places, and so we're going to work hard to get to that hard milestone of gold. So one of the things I learned, and it took me a while to learn this, is that there's 3 categories of ambassadors. For me, I was one of those. I jumped in on the business opportunity. I knew the products worked, but I didn't really care. I didn't wait for my story. And so while it was good for me, it was also hard to understand that not every person I signed is going to work the business like me. Not every person is has the same desire or motivation. There's people that joined my team that they're happy just being wholesale customers. They have no desire to build a business. They don't care about going to Hawaii or getting a Lexus or climbing the ladder. They're happy getting their products at a discounted rate. And that's okay. That's something that I had to learn, that, you cannot approach your wholesale customers and get frustrated that they don't want to work the business when they're happy being wholesale customers. Because if you keep pressuring them, work the business, let's get to silver, when they signed for the discount and they're happy with their Plexus products, they love their Triplex combo every month, they're going to get frustrated that you're continually pressuring them to work the business, and they're eventually going to become a white line, which we don't want, because then we get no points and everybody loses. They're kind of turned off with Plexus, and then we lose 5 points. But if you have wholesale customers on your team, here's what you do need to do, because I've had people do this on our team. Add them to one team page. If you have an active team page, add them to your team page. Don't add them to, 50 million team pages all the way up the ambassador tree, because that's going to scare them off. But if I have somebody that I know they really aren't interested in the business side, I'm going to add them to my team page only. I'm not going to add them to like my 1 through 3 or Melissa's page. I'm not going to overwhelm them, but I do want them to see, hey, there is an opportunity. If you love your products, a lot of times people start out as a wholesale ambassador, they're happy, and then people start asking them questions, and they realize, oh my gosh, this opportunity is pretty easy. So you want to have that good relationship with your wholesale people, because you never know when they're going to move up to a jogger or your runner. You never know. You cannot prejudge people you sign. I've done it in the past where I've signed somebody and I'm like, dude, this is my next runner. And you know what? They did nothing. Or I thought, oh my gosh, this person is not going to do anything. Like my rock star Janelle. We messaged for 6 weeks, you guys. 6 weeks every day. And she signed on the Black Friday special because she said I wouldn't stop following up with her. And I thought she was not going to do anything. And in fact, I told her, well, thanks for signing up. And she's like, yeah, well, I just did it to, try the products. She didn't really want to do anything with it. But guess what? She ended up being my biggest runner, and she still is. So don't prejudge the people that you sign. You may have people on your team that we call joggers. These are the people that they're not really wholesale people, because they do have a few people on their team, or they have high PV. And it's mainly they want to work it to get their products paid for. I have a lot of people on my team that they're good just getting their car note paid off. They're where they're at in their Plexus business. They're comfortable. They're I'm not gold. I'm not, a jewel, and I'm okay with that. But I have some customers or some ambassadors, and I'm it's paying for my products. And for those people, it's more of a hobby than a true business, which is okay. It's okay to have those people too. Because the thing you have to understand with these 3 people, it's very fluid. Your wholesale person can turn into a jogger, which can turn into a runner. Some people may start out as a runner and be hard to train and kind of run out of steam. So you have to understand the main point is that your people can rotate through these. And so don't discount anybody, but always be checking in, always be following up with them. Don't leave your wholesale people out in the cold and only check in with them when you're ready to rank up. You need to make sure that you're always in contact with them. Now, the last group of people is the ones that we're always, of course, hoping for. We're always looking for those runners, the people that no matter what you do, they're going to run with it. They see the vision, they catch the vision, and they're off. People that are these are people that are active and want the business. They're the ones that want to go to the top, and they're often the ones that you don't have to spend a lot of time training because they're already doing it. They're like, oh yeah, I already did this, this, and this. The thing to remember, I put a little 2 by there because there's some statistics with these categories. Let's say you sign 10 people, okay? Halfway to gold. These are true stats For every 10 people you sign, maybe 2 will be runners, maybe. Those 2 people, no matter how you're leading, how you're training, they're going to go with the business. There might be some coaching involved, but usually there's 2. Typically there's 1. There's also 2 people that no matter how great and awesome a leader you are, they're going to do nothing. They're not interested, they might have had good intentions signing up, but they're not going to do anything. So that leaves 6 people left that are going to fall somewhere in these categories. These 6 people, those are the ones that you have the most influence over. And this is why we have the 3-way calls, and this is why we talk about them so much, because it's your job to know where they're at, to connect with them, to talk about their goals and their why. This is how you can find that out. They can tell you one thing right before they sign up, but be in contact and grow that relationship with them. These 6 people are the ones that you are left to influence. These are the people that you're going to need to do everything that we're going to talk about on these next few slides with, because the other 4, they're going to kind of take care of themselves. We need to not pour so much energy into trying to get wholesalers to work the business when they're not. Then we need to be pouring into these 6 people that really don't know yet. They haven't decided yet. They could turn into your next rock star. But these are the people that we have to influence. And what we want to do is remember our customers too. Happy customers, you guys, make amazing ambassadors. We used to have this rule when I first started. If somebody is a preferred customer more than 3 months, you should be flipping them after that 3rd month. You should always be recruiting more customers. Don't ever, be stagnant. But if you have somebody that loves the products, encourage them to join as an ambassador. It's a cheaper discount. And if they love the products, they're probably talking about it to somebody. So they now have influence over friends, and encourage them once they sign up. Hey, let's get on a Zoom with some of your friends that have been asking you about this. Then they can be silver, and they can see, wow, this is not that hard to work. Get them plugged in to the team page. If they decide that they want to be a runner, that's awesome. If they decide that they want to be a jogger, that's awesome. You love them where they're at, and know that they can transform very quickly, especially if they are a happy customer. So those 6 people we talked about, what do you do with them? Well, one of the things we've been talking about on our team page is the Power Hour. And so John Maxwell has this great quote: doing a little bit every day is better than doing a lot someday. Because we all know someday never comes. You can say, I'll do this someday, or, I will work my business later. That never happens. So you need to make the commitment to set aside an hour, at least an hour every week, to have this Power Hour. And what you need to do is plan your day to achieve your goals. Make a plan. Don't just sit down, set your timer for an hour, and have no idea what you're going to do, because you'll end up into the Facebook vortex and waste your hour doing nothing. So plan your day to achieve your goals. And then number 2, keep your plan. I oftentimes like to follow up Friday. I know every Friday I'm going to check in with my people. I know that on specific days I have coaching calls. I have planned out what I'm going to do during my Power Hour. You can have more than 1 hour. You can split it up so you have 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. It's up to your schedule. But when you do your hour needs to be spent on solar plexus, No, like I'm going to scroll through Facebook. I'm going to message people because we all know how that goes. We start out messaging them, then somebody posts a cute video, then we're on YouTube, and then crap, our hour's over, and we did nothing. So one of the first things we need to do is leads before leaders. You should be growing your own personal team. That means reaching out, this 531, before you're checking in with your downline. Your downline is going to follow your lead. So if you're not setting a good example and your team is not growing, take a quick self-look at why. Why are you asking them to do something you're not willing to do? When you're working on your leads, this is something we like to say, 531. You reach out to 5 new people a day. That can be anywhere. My husband, we went to the mall today. He was talking with some guy he ran into. He wears his Plexus shirt everywhere. He talks to people in Apple, talks to people in T-Mobile. When I go to the grocery store, I'll bring some of my kids, not usually all of them, because then people will ask me, oh, your kids are so well behaved or something, and it'll start in conversation. And I can say, oh, you should follow us on Instagram or Facebook. And then, boom, we're friends now. And I have a connection. You want to follow up with 3 people a day. These are people that either have showed interest and actually personally messaged you, somebody that has commented, even somebody that, unless I get a flat out no, I am not interested in Plexus, I keep following up with people. You don't have to, bug them and follow up with the same people every day. But like the free shipping right now is a huge excuse to follow up with people. You can make up your own special. You can say, hey, Susie, I've got a really great deal going on right now for the next 3 people, $10 off. I would love to know if you're interested. You do not have to tell them that it's corporate sponsored or not. I make up deals all the time to get them off the fence. That way I know, are you really interested? Like, where are you at in your commitment level? If they say, yeah, tell me more, I know, awesome. Well, this deal is only good for the next 3 people and it expires Sunday because today's Friday. So put that deadline, put that pressure. If they say no, okay, thanks. I'm going to go offer somebody else, so you know where they stand. And then train 1. At the silver level, your focus should be on yourself because this is where you're learning to lead your team. So you need to be listening to trainings on YouTube. You need to be connecting on leadership Zooms. Kim and I do a leadership Zoom on Sundays. They're on YouTube. You can look them up. Read a leadership book. Then as you grow, lead somebody on your team. Go through it with them. Lastly is Facebook and Instagram. Now I put this last because I do build most of my business on Facebook and Instagram, but I am not on there just, scrolling and seeing, happy birthday, oh, that's so cute. You have to be intentional about how you use your Facebook and Instagram. Your team is going to follow your lead. So when you are making your Plexus post, if it does not catch your own attention, it's not going to catch your audience's. And I'm going to be honest, graphics, they're cute a lot of times, but they're not effective because if you've noticed, everybody posts the same graphic at the same time. So as you're scrolling through Facebook, you see like 20 of the same graphics. And guess what? Your friends, you're not the only Plexus friend that they might have. So it can be kind of a turnoff. There's a saying, facts tell, stories sell. You don't want to be salesy, and a lot of times the graphics come across that way. They're like, it's like seeing an advertisement for Prego spaghetti sauce. They want to know, how is Plexus affecting you, your family? So think about, what is your goal? Is your goal financial freedom? It was our goal. So our very first paycheck, it was only like, I think I got a Friday paycheck first before my commissions, and it was $25. And I posted that we went on a date night, and I was like, thanks, Plexus, for the date night. Something small. You have to start somewhere. The more power hours you are going to have, the faster your team is going to grow. But be logical, be sensible, do what you're comfortable with. The goal here is to work smarter, not harder. And so you want to make sure that, stop it. Sorry, my husband shot me with a rubber band. That you are intentional about your posting. Okay, so let's talk about how you lead your team. Because you guys are silver on your way to gold, you guys have at least 3 people on your team. So you have a team. Yay! That means you have responsibility. It's not your upline's responsibility, it's your responsibility to connect and to relate with your team. You should do this every day. Check in with your people, especially, if you're just silver. Start that now. When I was silver on my way to gold, I used to have a little chat and Facebook message, and I would message my people every day. How's it going? What can I help you with? Because they're gonna follow your lead, and it makes it more personable. It's not just a business. You're doing this together, and you're gonna find your power partners. You're gonna find your runners. You're gonna encourage your team. And then I want to challenge you to lead Zoom calls. I know it's scary, and I put this on here. It's okay. You'll survive. Because I know when we started doing Zoom, it was like, gosh, I don't feel qualified to lead a Zoom. I'm not a diamond ambassador, but you know what? Leadership has nothing to do with your rank. Your team is looking to you for leadership. So host one for your team. Host just to get together and talk about your goals. The more you do it, the more confidence you're going to have in yourself, which is going to build belief, and iron sharpens iron. And you're going to do better if you have to teach others. I always tell this to my own students because I teach Algebra 2 and pre-calculus. And oftentimes I make them get up and explain how to do a problem to me. And I tell them it's not that I don't know how to do it. It's when you can explain it, I know that you understand it. And so by you doing it, your team is not only going to gain confidence in you as a leader, but you are going to gain confidence in yourself as a leader. And you guys are all amazing leaders because you're on your way to gold. Attending local meetings and online events are key to growing your team and building your belief. And then lastly, our team contests. Now, I want to talk about team contests because it's really easy to go overboard on these, and you want to set the stage for your team. So as a silver ambassador going to gold, you want to think about appropriate contests. A lot of the times the contests I do, I team up with Kim, my power partner, because it's easier to have somebody to share it with. But, like our beach retreat we did, there is no way I could have done that as a silver ambassador or by myself. And so what you have to do is you are going to set the stage for your team. If you start off with, I'm going to give away an iPad, guess what? They're going to expect these huge prizes, all the way through. I think when I was a silver ambassador, I would give away $10 or, even up until I was emerald, I would give away like 2 $25 gift cards because I couldn't afford it. The point of this business is not to make yourself go in debt over contests. So Don't set the stage for huge prizes in the beginning, because your team's watching you and they're going to see, oh my gosh, Jamie did this, I have to do that. No. So here are some good contests for you to run with your team. And if you have your runners, what I do with my people, I put them in a chat message. Use that to encourage to run your contests. You could challenge income producing activity. You can say, hey, this week let's do a team challenge. Let's see, screenshot me when you post on Facebook. Let's collaborate on good Facebook posts. Or, let's challenge each other to follow up with the most people or meet the most people. Those are great contests. Your goal at silver to gold is to grow your team. Another one is to become commission qualified by the 15th. This is great for encouraging people to get customers. You can challenge them to post their why in a video, especially now that Facebook has live videos. That's a great challenge, having your team step out of their comfort zone. Or do a challenge on 7 days how to post. I want you to know, though, the key thing, not every challenge deserves a prize. There's sometimes where I'll post something and there's no prize. There's no, like, hey, you won. It's, you'll identify quickly who wants this business and who doesn't. And it's okay if not 100% of your team participates in the contest. So that brings us to duplication. You guys have heard us say the power of 3. And the power of 3 is so, so important, because if you have 3 runners, just 3, and they duplicate it, that has an exponential domino effect on your team. Your focus as you're trying to rank to gold should not be, how can I get to gold? You should look at your team and ask, how can I get them to silver? Focus on those people that have 1 or 2 ambassadors, especially this month. Getting $200 for silver is a huge deal, especially to a brand new ambassador. Target those people, check in with them and say, hey, would you like to go silver this month? I would love to help you. And help them get there, because by helping them, you're going to help you. So if you have not watched this video, I put Sheila Medina on here because she did an amazing Power of 3 training at the Dallas convention in 2014. You can search YouTube and search Power of 3 Sheila Medina, and you need to watch it if you have not watched it, because it is going to blow your mind how you can get to diamond quickly. So there are some differences, because not everybody wants to be a jewel. So here's what sets jewels and non-jewels apart. And ask yourself this as we get to gold. Do you have belief in the company, in the products, and most importantly in yourself? Do you see that you can be a gold ambassador? Do you have the confidence that you can be a gold ambassador, or do you not? That is so important. Your consistency. Are you being consistent with the products, with posting, with follow-up? Are you being consistent in your IPA? Those are things that you have to have. Your work ethic and your sacrifice. There's things that us jewels we do to sacrifice, like these trainings. I could be in watching Bones with my husband, but this opportunity is important to our family, and so we make small sacrifices like this. We set certain amounts of time. I'm not saying just do Plexus, but set some time aside to do that. No excuses. It's so easy to say, I'm tired, or this came up, or that came up, or I've got to work. I remember when I started, I was teaching high school math. I was tutoring. We had 5 kids ages 6 to 1. My husband was working 6 days a week, and I was tutoring, and I was trying to write math curriculum and running a math blog, and I was coaching volleyball. I had so many opportunities for excuses. I don't have time. I'm busy. I have a family to take care of. They're all valid excuses, but at the same time, I needed this opportunity. And so I had to say, you know what? These are just excuses. I need to make the time. I need to suck it up. I need to stay up a little bit later. I need to get up a little bit earlier. And I need to devote, 10 minutes a day. That's all I would work it in the beginning. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. But your excuses have to go. Your drive and your determination. Do you want it, or do you sort of want it? Are you in it for the hobby? Are you in it as a runner? Wherever you're at, it's okay. And then your commitment, your attitude and positivity. If you are constantly saying to yourself, oh, if I get there, or one day, or I hope my team, stop. You are all great leaders. You are all great ambassadors. That's why you're here. You're already silver. You've already reached that first milestone. You're working towards that second. Stop the negative talk and believe in yourself and your team. And then lastly, your network and influence. You don't have to have thousands of friends. You just have to be personal, and you have to make sure that you're always working to expand your network. You're not going to just stay stuck and say, well, these are my 50 friends. I already talked to them. Guess that's it. That goes back to our 531. There are people waiting for you to approach them. I was one of those people. I was secretly waiting for an opportunity. And when Kim found me in the workroom and gave me a sample, I was all over it because I needed something to help our family. So there are people out there waiting. So you need to go find them. So let me go ahead and stop the recording.